Is it an indication of a bit of a desperation when he pushes up into the midfield, though? Like, I want the ball in my hands, so I want to go, gets out of the forward line?
Steve Johnson's a footballer. He just loves getting his hands on the footy sometimes.
I think the song says it all at the moment. Sort of a song, chant.
Never heard this at a game before, this sort of atmosphere and the chant like that.
I usually save that for the last 10 minutes of the winning grand final.
Yeah.
Terrific stuff. Long way to go, 57-14. Not even halfway through this second term. Brown again.
He's got him. Border's got him. What a great catch by Alan Border. That was going like a traceable. Great bowling by Dennis Lilly. The ball pitched up wide outside off stump. Haynes going for the big drive and magnificently caught by Alan Border. That was a very, very quick ball flying towards slip, and Border made no mistake at all.
It's nearly 60 years since the King of the Day, George V, welcomed the all-conquering Australians to England. A lifetime since the youthful lad from Bowral, Don Bradman, made the first of his remarkable and record-shattering tours. And a time when the country thrilled to the exploits of our greatest opening combination, Ponsford and Woodfull.
And it will be now, no doubt about that.
So the Premier and the President, eh? Who pulls rank on who, a President or a Premier?
Today it's the President.
Well, Eddie probably holds the most influential position in Victoria, doesn't he? The kick out wide taken by Brown. Yeah, we've seen the best of Maxwell in the last 5 minutes, haven't we? All the good things that he does.
His leadership and his ability to just say the right thing, have the right attitude. I've always been so impressed, Tom, with the way you led Geelong in their premiership era, but the way Nick does, it's a very similar role he seems to play.
It's actually a really good position on the ground to lead from. You've got the game in front of you, particularly if you can orchestrate where you can free yourself up as well. Can really drive the team message. And Nick Maxwell, hats off to him. He's done a fantastic job with this footy club.
And for Nick Riewoldt, well, there were tears maybe last year, but he's going to feel gutted today. He'll feel like he just didn't do enough himself. It was a hard day for a big forward for the Saints. Big fly coming at the back from Goddard. St Kilda go forward. And at Milne, well, he's had so little of the ball today. As he kicked a second goal in the last quarter, he has. But the two today don't measure up to the two last week.
Yes, you look around the field, and I mean the Collingwood have had this game won for quite a while now, but the sort of energy that they've got to keep running, I've just been really impressed. Start talking about individuals. I mean, we know Pendlebury, Shaw, Thomas, Swan, but young Sidebottom, best game I think I've seen him play. To play that in a grand final in what his second year is a magnificent effort by that young fella.
Exactly double. 102 to 51. Under 3.5 minutes, Michael Malthouse comes down to the boundary. His third premiership in vintage form. That in itself is an amazing story. We touched on it at three-quarter time. Ray dragged down. Thomas has got the football inside the centre square, fires a pass. Almost an involuntary mark there to Wellingham. Turns around, goes long, side bottom. Anything the Saints can muster at one end, Collingwood doing better at the other.
This is really interesting down on the Collingwood bench. You got the feel that Mick Malthouse wanted Scott Pendlebury out on the field. Thomas came off. He sent Thomas back out. He said, you can stay out there. He's trying to orchestrate, I guess, the younger players to be sitting on the pine.
Who's on, who's off?
Side bottom runs around, and that is the cream. They're home, well and truly, but they may not be home later tonight. I'm suggesting the early hours of tomorrow morning.
I thought Mick could have been a bit more expressive when he went down. What do you think? He could have celebrated for the crowd or something?
What did you give the double-fisted pump to the... He actually came in through the race, so didn't do the walk down.
I think he's actually bubbling inside, but it's funny when you know you're happy and you want to smile, your face can't crack for about 10 minutes because you've been so tense. Although we see Bucks, Nathan Buckley, first year back as an assistant coach, premiership resulted.
Well, he's the only teenager out there. Still side bottom. Kicks his second. Collingwood are going to win by close to 10 goals. Graham and Wellingham so slippery trying to get out of it. And Michael Malthouse in winning today, well, he joins you, Lee. It's tears of joy here. Everybody sort of, as a living Collingwood coach, but he joins you and Ron Barassi as having won a premiership as a player or coach at 3 different clubs. It's only Barassi, Matthews and Malthouse. I'd like to be in that club. How big that is.
Hey,
and of course he's the oldest coach ever now to win a VFL AFL Grand Final.
What Mick's doing down there, he's still
putting
that's David Butterfin, who's his conditioning coach. I'm not sure what that
surely he's not orchestrating a loose man in defence.
A recovery session.
Hayes going nowhere, taken front on by Jolly.
Might be planning for next year. He's still coaching, as we know, in front of with Buck sitting on his shoulder.
Well, the draw was marginally better than last week than the result today. Hayes, at least they got a chance to fight on after last week. All in vain today. Peake, revolt, tackled by Tuvey, wrestled down. Peake feeds it forward. Schneider slips away, runs down towards half forward, comes back to Graham. Graham unloads, but drifting back. Maxwell takes the mark. Ball is on the move. That's ignored. Goes to the other side. Heath Shaw's got it.
They have played the game out to the very second. Nick Maxwell setting up the structures. Now they'll just milk the clock, get it to the crowd favourites, give them a cheer.
That's all of them.
Here we go. This is true.
Ball to O'Brien. O'Brien still inside the defensive 50. Said earlier today that 8 of their premierships had been won after finishing on top. They finished on top this season. Strong mark is taken by McAvoy. Plays on to Gwilt. Gwilt looks inside the forward 50, unloads with a long kick. Plenty of Magpies down there, off hands, taken in defence by Shaw, smothered off the boot. Revolt, hand passes to Jones. Across it comes to McWalter, hand passes to Hayes, and he misses.
Gee, he kicked a point at the same end late last week, didn't he? But slightly different repercussions. Dennis, Josh Cage is telling me 8 of those premierships too coming in October for Collingwood. 8 of their 15.
It's amazing when you look around the ground. So much of the ground's thinned out. I'm guaranteed there were some Kilda supporters.
No doubt about that.
All the black and white supporters are still here.
Before the game, the atmosphere was electric. It was the People's Grand Final. The fans got into the game, and the Collingwood fans in particular have absolutely lapped this up.
So ball out wide. I said it last week, but you feel like a big club is just getting bigger by the moment, don't you? It'll be their 15th premiership, one shy of Carlton and Essendon.
They're all legends now. Have a listen to that.
What a peculiar position and a beautiful position Luke Ball has found himself in, having played for the Saints last year against Geelong. So Collingwood win by their greatest ever margin in a grand final. It doesn't get better than that.